Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Pencil Biology. In today's video, we are going to learn about or discuss about the units, which units we have to prepare first and which we have to prepare later on during the preparation of CSIR NET examination. We get very much confused that from which unit we have to start and which unit we have to do later on. So this video will tell you in short that which units you have to do first, that are very important regarding the marks point of view and regarding the understanding of the whole life science units that you have to prepare in the later on. So the first unit that I will suggest you to prepare first is biochemistry. The reason, as it is given in the syllabus first, plus the reason is that it contains a lot number of questions in the question paper. The second point is the biochemistry, we can say, is the core to understand the total life science. As in biochemistry, the structure of DNA, the structure of RNA, the structure of proteins, the structure of carbohydrate, lipids, plus the amino acids, different kind of amino acids, these all are very important. If you don't know about this, how will you do mole bio? How will you do cell? How will you know that the cell membrane is made up of phospholipid? It consists of phospholipid bilayer if you don't know the structure of lipid, if you don't know what is glycolipid. Similarly, how will you do replication, transcription if you don't know the structure of DNA, RNA? Then you will have to study this very much time, a lot time you have to study cell in mole bio. So better you do biochemistry first. If you don't want to do whole biochemistry first, then go for the structures, go for the bonds like hydrogen bond, phosphate bonds. These all bonds are very important. How will you know that helicase will cut which bond? Or lyase will form the joining of which bond? Ligase will form the joining of which bond? You will come to know about all this only when you know about this, that is given in biochemistry. So learn about bonds in that, learn about structures, specifically learn about amino acid and learn about enzymes. These nearly 70 to 75% of biochemistry is covered in this, but do this first. If you want to step the 25% right now, you can do that and you can go with this 75% of the biochemistry, but this is very important. If you're starting with the preparation, do this first. If you are not doing this first, then this will be very hectic for you to understand it later on. So it's better that you start with this part. After that, the unit you must prepare is 2 units that you should prepare simultaneously. The second unit, that is cell biology, and the third unit, that is molecular biology. You must go with those 2 units simultaneously. The reason behind this, that in cell biology you will learn about cells. You will learn about prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell. That will be useful in the DNA replication part. Like in DNA replication, you have to study different thing about the prokaryotic replication and eukaryotic replication. You will able to understand that only when you know about the differences between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Likewise, you will able to understand that in prokaryotic cell, DNA replication, transcription, translation can occur at one place, so it can occur simultaneously, transcription and translation, while in eukaryotes it can't occur. What's the reason behind that? That will you learn in cell biology. So you can't learn this until and unless you have done cell biology. Similarly, if you know about DNA replication, if you know about transcription, and if you know about translation, then only you will able to learn about cell cycle. You will not be able to understand cell cycle if you don't know about the replication. You will not be able to understand S phase, G phase, the proteins are formed, what proteins are formed. You will be totally confused. So until and unless you don't know about translation, about transcription, about replication, you won't be able to understand meiosis and mitosis. So it's important to learn molecular biology for cell biology. Similarly, operon is given in the cell biology. When will you understand? When you know about the translation. If you don't know about the gene expression, if you don't know anything about gene expression, how can we expect that you will able to learn about operon? So these 2 units will go simultaneously, then only you will able to understand these 2 units very well. So always do cell biology and mole biology together and it's starting. Because these 2 units are very important. DNA replication and all is also very important for genetics. You will be able to understand genes, alleles and all. If you know about DNA structure, if you know about chromosome structure, then only you will be able to know about the what I say, genes and alleles, and plus crossing over, it occurs in meiosis. The same part is in genetics. When will you learn genetics? When you have done cell biology. In cell biology, you have done meiosis. So first biochemistry, then cell biology and mole biology simultaneously. You go with these two units. Okay, after that, in the fourth unit, you will start with the fourth unit, but not the whole part, only cell signaling wala part. Only cell signaling wala part you will do in the starting. Then you rest of the unit just keep aside for some time. You can do it later on, but the cell signaling part is very important. As the cell signaling, due to this cell signaling, you will be able to understand developmental biology. You will be able to understand immunology, because in immunology a lot number of signalings are there. Same in developmental biology, there are very much signalings like dorsal ventral axis in Drosophila. Similarly, like WNT signaling. Similarly, like hedgehog signaling. So when you will be able to understand these signaling in developmental biology and in immunology, only when you know about cell signaling, and cell signaling is very important. So do cell signaling after that. Biochemistry, cell biology, molecular biology, cell signaling. In fourth unit, right now you just have to do cell signaling. Skip the rest of the part, like especially immunology, don't do right now, because less number of questions comes from this. You can do it later on. Then you can go for developmental biology. You can understand very well gastrula, blastula. You can understand very well the developmental biology. After that, it's your choice. You want to start genetics, or you want to start ecology, or you want to start evolution. These three units, you have the choice what you want to do. All three are very important. I would suggest go for genetics first, as it is a bit tricky and questions come from this are bit tricky. So go for genetics first, as it is in evolution and ecology you just have to remember things, but in genetics you have to understand things for solving the question. So first go with the genetics and then go with ecology and evolution. Okay. After that, go for plant physiology or animal physiology, whatever you are comfortable with. If you want to skip, generally what students do is skip one unit and do another unit. If you want to skip one unit, then it's your choice. If you want to do both the unit, then do first one unit and the another unit do later on, because you don't know that in the end of the that 5-month period you will get time for that, or you won't get time for that. So prepare one unit very well during this time and keep the another unit for the last some days, so that you can able to prepare them if you have the time. So okay, so you can do plant physiology or animal physiology, totally your choice. After that, go for that biochemistry part that you have kept for, like Ramachandran plot and all, that you have kept for the later preparation, lipid metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism. If you want to do all this, you can go for once again for biochemistry and do that. After that, go for the last two units, applied biology and methods. These two units, do these units as much as you want to do. If you want to study total unit, you can study. If you want to do some parts of the units, do some parts of the unit, totally your choice, but then go for these units. After that, finally diversity will be left, immunology, cancer will be left, and one of the unit, animal physiology or plant physiology, will be left. So I will suggest, if you have time, keep diversity for the last time, because diversity is one unit that you will not remember if you study it in earlier days. You will only remember them that when you study that before the examination, like before 6, 7, 8 or 10 days before the examination, you will only able to remember them, because there are so many names, it's very confusing. So keep that for the last time, last some days of the preparation, and before that you can go for immunology, cancer, animal physiology, and these things, because from then the questions are less. Then students generally skip immunology and cancer wala part also. But if you want to do, you can do like this. So the chart is, first of all you have to prepare biochemistry 75%, after that cell biology and molecular biology simultaneously, after that cell signaling, after that developmental biology, after that genetics, after that the ecology, after that evolution, after that either of the plant physiology or animal physiology, after that methods in biology and applied biology, and after that whatever is left, and plus after plant physiology and animal physiology you have to do the remaining biochemistry part. And after that it's your choice how much part you can do, but keep diversity for the last time only. So guys, this was a short video regarding which unit to prepare first and which unit to prepare last. So thank you so much guys for watching the video. Do subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye.